Picture this. You've spent weeks working on developing a design and the client has approved the concept. Team is excited, drawings are progressing, and everyone believes that finally the project is off the ground, it's moving forward. But then, during what should have been a routine review meeting, what happens? Somebody enters the room and they say, "Hey, I don't think I've seen this before. Can I join the meeting? And then, can we explore another direction? I think we should just rethink the entire layout." Just like that, weeks of work has become another round of discussions. Sounds familiar? Most firms call this a stakeholder problem, but I don't think it starts there. It starts with something I like to call willful blindness. It's when we all want to, we're incentivized to ignore risks because acknowledging them is going to make winning the project just a little bit more difficult. Sales wants to secure the contract. Project team assumes that they'll manage whatever comes down their way. Leadership tells itself that, hey, I've got smart guys on my payroll, they'll figure it out, and everyone optimizes for getting the project started. Very few optimize for delivering it efficiently. What's the result? The project begins with hidden uncertainty. Nobody's clearly identified who influences design, who has the approval authority, who simply provides input, or who can fundamentally change the direction of the project. Here is the important part. Stakeholders aren't just people, they're sources of uncertainty as well. Every undiscovered, unidentified stakeholder could represent future chaos in future decisions, and these are decisions which have not even entered your project plan yet. And that's why stakeholder problems don't suddenly appear, they're simply discovered late. Like I said, often willfully. Think of the last 10 projects. How many times did somebody become involved halfway through? Could be a family member, could be a business partner, finance team, facility, senior executive, a contractor offering design opinions. It could be somebody with the veto power, but nobody mentioned him during discovery. Every late stakeholder is going to create the same chain reaction. More meetings, more explanation, more revision, more approval, more delays, more founder involvement, and eventually margin leakage. The biggest loss is never going to be extra work, it's always going to be loss of confidence. Your team is going to start questioning decisions they thought that were already made. Your client is going to lose the confidence because progress appears to be stalled or reversed. And then organizations will begin to solve the same problem repeatedly instead of learning from them. See, at Immaculate Platform, we believe that stakeholder management begins long before the first design is created and presented to them for approval. Every project should answer a few simple questions. Number one, who makes the final decision? Who should approve? Who should be consulting? Who needs to be informed? Who can introduce change later? And more importantly, what happens if a new stakeholder appears after those decisions have already been made? Because situations should not rely on ad hoc, seat of the pants improvisation. It should rely on a defined process. A change in stakeholder is a changing fact and it has consequences. Consequences should be documented. Impact on scope, timelines, cost, decisions should become visible immediately because most firms don't lose money because stakeholders disagree. They lose money because most times nobody designed a system to manage disagreement or late entries. And that's the challenge. Think of the last project which suddenly unexpectedly became difficult. Was the problem really the stakeholder? Or was the problem that your organization discovered them too late? Exceptional firms, they tend not to manage stakeholders alone better. They build operating systems that make stakeholder uncertainty visible before it becomes expensive. Everything you've seen in this video and will continue to see as part of videos in this series is based on principles that we've spent years building into the Immaculate Platform. If you'd like to experience them inside an operating system built ground up purely for design and architecture firms, start your free trial today at immaculate.co.in/trial. Thank you.